This is Vicki Romaine with Cheerful Greetings, and today we're going to work on a old project and refurbish it because I started this about 5 years ago at least, and somehow it got put in a box, and I found it by surprise the other day. And this is all I had done to it. These are the binding parts. And then I had on the front this, and I kind of like it, but 5 years later, or whatever length of time, I think I can do better now. So we're going to put this aside and save it in case I have to resort to it. But I think I can do a better job now in the front. And this is, I'm going to just show you parts of it. And here are some pockets. That part's not finished, you can tell. And this is not finished either. So we're going to start from scratch. I'm going to do a page and then show you how it's decorated. And then we'll come back on another occasion and do the cover and the binding itself. I'm leaving this binding open so I can add my pages. Once you close it up, you can't add any more. And I just want to make it a little thicker than what I have. So let's put our old one away. I am going to pull out one of them to kind of go by in case I forget how I did it. So let me get my cover off, and I'll take one of the pages off. Now this album is made of envelopes. And I'm going to show you how it's done. So the first thing I'm going to do, it will tell you about the envelopes. They are 9 by 4 1/4, I believe. Let me double check and make sure my box. I turned to the wrong side. Here we go. They're 4.13 inches wide and 9.5 inches long, or 10.5 centimeters by 24.1 centimeter. You don't want envelopes with windows, and you want to trim each end of the two large envelopes. Just barely cut the ends off. So the first envelope, what we're going to do, I'm going to use my scorer also on this project. And you'll see how I did it in a minute. Now here's a page. It's already done. Only thing I need to do is decorate it. But I want to show you how the pages are put together. It takes 2.5 envelopes to make a project. To make a page. The first envelope, you want to just cut in half. Goes this way. Let's see, I'm not sure where I did with it. Here we go. It's just cut in half. First, you want to seal it. And if it doesn't seal very well, go ahead and put some glue on it because you want to definitely make sure it's sealed. The first thing you want to do is work with your spine on your envelope. And because that you push the machine through it, make the holes, you want to already have it covered. You can't go back and really do it and then cover it afterwards. Okay. This is a little complicated, but we're going to go through this. The first thing you want to do is work with your half envelope. And we're going to work with the part that goes in the machine and is punched first. So on the side like this. And the reason I'm putting these on first is because I really can't do it after I've punched the holes in it. So that's why you want to decorate it first. I keep putting it on the wrong side. Okay, so we'll get our glue out. I'll put a little glue on this. And you want just a little border. And we're going to put one on the other side. Same spot, but on the other side. I want to make sure it's in the right place. It's right here. Remember, we cut this envelope in half, and this spine is to be opposite of that cut. In other words, you should have 3 closed sides and 1 open end. And the open end is opposite the spine. So keep that in mind when you are decorating your spine. Okay, I have my Bond It All tool here, and I've opened it up. That little black bar there is for balance, and I put my piece in down into the slot on the side that I want to punch the holes. I just pull the lever and pull it back out, and voila, I have my 6 holes there in my piece. And so that, and by looking at that, you can see why you want to decorate the spine before you cut the hole. Here, to act as my pattern. Okay, this piece goes this way. Now I need a piece to go in the back, and I'm going to fold up 1.5 inches. So I scored 1.5 inches. Now, I need to see how far down this comes. Comes down 2 inches. I want this on the back side. Now I want this is my open end. This is my open end here. I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to measure 2 inches. I'm measuring approximately 2 inches down from the top of one of my long envelopes. Now, I have clipped the end off of these envelopes so that they are open on the end. Now, the one that I did in half, when I cut it in half, that meant one side was open and then the other side had the spine. So you don't want to put the spine on the open side. Now, the measurements that I give you here may work and they may not. It depends on your envelopes. Envelopes are not all the same. In fact, the ones I have here differ in size from the ones I used many years ago. So I'm basically having to adjust. But I'm giving you approximately a measurement so that you have something to work with. Now I'm going to measure down at the bottom on this one about 1.5 inches, and I'll put it in the scoring board and score it approximately 1.5 inches. And when I put the spine piece, I'm going to be putting it on the side opposite of the piece that's turned up. In other words, the 1.5 piece that's turned up will be on the outside. Okay, that doesn't hurt. I'm marking where I want to glue my spine piece on the other envelope so that it'll be straight. And when I glue it together, I want the piece away from the spine to be even with the envelope. You'll see, if you look at it when I put it together, you'll see that it's flush and that the spine piece is sticking out. And I will glue the two together. Now I have glued the second spine piece to the envelope, and if you notice, it's flush against the side and the spine is sticking out. Now as I work with the third piece of my page, I will be folding it up approximately 2/3 of the way. When you do this particular one, you don't have to have them all exactly alike. They can be different distances, but you do want to try to make your pages match up at the bottom and at the top pretty well, so that it looks like it's all glued together as one page and not a bunch of envelopes just put together. You want to have it to match up pretty well. So I kind of work with it and fold the envelope up approximately about, I guess, about 4 inches. And I use the scorer to make a nice, neat fold. And after this is folded up and glued, they're glued on the sides now, and not all the way through because you want to use it as a pocket. And you can also use as a pocket the insides of the envelope itself. So like the piece I'm putting on now can either be 2 pockets or it can be 4 pockets, depending on whether or not you glue your envelope all the way across or whether you just do the sides and bottom. But you notice that I try to match it up at the bottom and at the top, so it's one even page. Now my 2 pages are ready to be decorated, and I can go ahead and put them in my book because the spine is already covered, at least as much as I want it to be. And so I can put them in my book and decorate them later if I want to. What I'm going to do now is feed the pages onto my spiral wires in the order in which I want, and I will flip the back page around to the front so that those two are together. And the reason to do this is so that the part that's holding the wires together, the kind of strip, is inside the book and not on the outside. So that's why I've got my two cover pages folded together. So I'm going to thread them on and put them in the bind it all, and the wires will be mashed together. Then we'll go back and look some more at some of the pages. I'm straightening up my pages and the wires, and I'm going to put the wires inside the bind it all, and when I pull the lever, it will mesh the wires together so they overlap. And since I put the back page over where the front page is, the connecting point on the wires will be inside the book. Now let's decorate the front a little bit. Nothing goes better with black and white as red. And so we're going to add a red doily on here. And then we'll see what we need on top of it. So my doily will be the background for my embellishments. Now, next I'm going to put a little owl on here. I'm hoping he will stick. He has such a, it's actually a charm, and there isn't much to hold on to adhere to my doily. So he's going to be up here pretty precarious. Next, I'm going to put a few flowers, like my owl is sitting in a bush of flowers. And since this is art, I'm not going to have all the flowers the same color. I want them to be multicolored. So let's see what we come up with. I've got a yellow, orange, and now I've got a white. And I think I've got a couple more colors here that I can pull out. I've got a pink down here, but it's the wrong shape. And before I add any more flowers, though, I want to put my little key. That's just to kind of give it another element to be on the cover. Now, if this owl had long legs, he would be standing on the key. But since he doesn't, we'll just make believe and have him stand behind the flowers. Now, I think I've got a couple more colors here that I want to put on. So let's see what I can find. I have another shade of yellow I'm going to put on. And I believe I saw a purple one in there. So that'll be the last two flowers I put on the front of my little book. And my book will be finished then. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and hope you found some ways that you can, a new way of using envelopes. And if you enjoyed the tutorial and I gave you some ideas, please come back and see me and see what I have in store for you for next time. In the meantime, have a great crafting day and don't forget, please subscribe. Bye.